Hello guys, JRTV Hawaii. Always flash the commitment to yourself. See, when you have high self-esteem, you are good to people. You start to see yourself as wealthy, as royalty, as rich, in a spiritual sense, because you are certain and confident of your individuality, your willingness to take care of yourself and not want things for free, and your dreams. Your dreams are something that identify you beyond the ups and downs of the imperfect time-space continuum. And so I'm going to make some points here, one of them being concerning religion. Like the most religious people I've encountered, like the ones who are extremely religious and just are all into it, I've found that they get angry when at certain things that I do. Like, for example, the light work. They say it's demonic, when in fact it's in all probability what the healers of 2,000 years ago did. There's this concept called sealing the forehead, which means, in my experience and in certain, if you look at, there's a book called The Flower of Life. It hints at it, that there were in certain places in Russia, and perhaps in fact even in Hawaii, where they sealed the forehead. And what they do is they, when it's children, but people of all ages, but particularly children, I think it's a 2-week process where they imagine a bright beam of light. They imagine the sphere of protective light, and basically it protects you and you as a conscious individual, your consciousness. It protects your mind and from external demonic or interference. And all interference isn't necessarily demonic. Like, sometimes it's animal spirits who are just trying to find a reactivation point in a body. They're trying to establish themselves somewhere, or maybe other spirits that are never made a clean transition from their body to their the heavens, to then back to their future reincarnation. Enough on that point. I want to get into my concerns about people need to realize about the police and that, and the way society operates is it's not as easy as you think to for the police to operate and protect you and for you to be safe. You really and it's not fair necessarily to put the burden, responsibility all upon them to look out for you and protect you. But the point is if you call the police, then the police ask the bad guy, then the bad guy might just turn around and go attack you, or in some fashion seek vengeance. And the police, they need to file a report. Sometimes witnesses don't want to witness. So the point is obey the laws of the jungle and you'll generally be all right. Those include, but are not limited to, don't be like sitting down in vulnerable places, like outside in public, like how people sit outside at restaurants. Some angry guy could easily attack. And it might not be a crazy mentally ill person. It might be just somebody who's upset at society and feels that they need to, shake something up. And so, just recognize that reality and consider the fact that, you're going to want to have some money on your person. You're going to have, I recommend 220s, 250s, that's 140. This will allow you to potentially diffuse situations by offering some money as a peace offering. I've done it. Another thing is a whistle. You want to carry a whistle that allows you to make a lot of noise but not lose your breath screaming. And you want to always have a high-powered LED light on you, and a good can of pepper spray. And you might have to test it occasionally. Sometimes they burn out after a certain, like a year or more or less. Furthermore, yeah, I mean, the bad guys are, some of them, like, here's my theory. My theory is that if people are going to be continually, repeat offenders, they're, or people who've committed serious crimes, I just think they should be humanely put down so they can go into their next incarnation. Maybe in a wealthier society we could afford to have them incarcerated, but it's costly. It's a costly endeavor, and we need funds for, the people who fucking deserve it. There are people who, rightfully deserve, okay, to have the share in society's loot. Our treasure should be shared with certain peoples who are more deserving. So that being considered, and I'm only saying this because if I was a bad guy, and I would want to be humanely killed so that I could go into my next incarnation. If you're, it's just complicated. But ultimately, all the worst types of people, they need to be eliminated. The people who attack other people in prison and such. In any case, great news, as you can see by the title. New website. This is actually a preview page to what you've possibly witnessed before, the easyworldpeace.com website, but this is an updated version you're going to be seeing. So afterheavens.com, the link at the bottom gets you to the bulk of the website, and I just really think people are like, it's especially intended for men. I think women can appreciate it too, because it's a celebration of the womb and the vagina as part of the philosophy. But let's finish off with a little light work. This is a process that I've always found is effective, and it's also a way to condition a space, not just by physically cleaning it or offering poor or angry people some acknowledgement or monies, but it's a physical clearing, it's spiritual clearing, where you imagine brilliant beams of white light. Like, just imagine your fingers are a wand, right? And you beam all around, imagine brilliant white light coming down, igniting people, their auras tintillating in brilliance, and it's accompanied by the smiling visualization, because I think the limitation of much prayers, many types of forms of praying, is that it's all words based, but a lot of the mind projects, what it projects is imagery. That's what the words combine to explain is images, concept, like places, situations. So you want to imagine these different situations. Like, you can imagine somebody you're romantically interested in. You can imagine them smiling, a beam of brilliant white light coming down upon them, everyone reacting in surprise. They say, wow, what's that? And then you just see the person. It's easy to see when people are walking. It's easy to imagine you're like a, shall we say, angel or something, where you're in the sky and you can kind of beam down brilliant white light. You can beam it down. I think that's, I think that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, glad to be checking in. Fun ways to do it. You can imagine you're a sphere of light going through the cities around the world. Imagine people you're upset at, imagine them smiling, okay? Imagine brilliant white light. And remember, you're not doing this for them, you're doing it to clear your conscience and have control of your mind and program your thoughts according to positive attractant energy. Aloha.